this incident on November 6, 2020.
The next day?
And did you talk to the defendant about it?
Yes.
And at that point in time, did he tell you that he had pulled a profit on our relative?
Yes, he explained to me the situation of what happened on the night of November 6th.
And at that point in time, were you aware that Relly was already contacting the defendant and other members of his entourage, for lack of a better word, and basically demanding money?
I don't recall that specifically.
You became aware near the time of the incident that Relly wanted money, correct?
I can't recall that specifically. No, I know about the incident, but I don't know. He didn't contact me about wanting any money. So I don't know. I can't recall specifically if he did that.
Let me ask you something. Did you become aware at some point in time that Relly wanted money?
Yeah.
And did you become aware of that from the defendant?
To be honest, I think I became aware of it when everything came out in the media.
Wait, so you're saying you never had a conversation with the defendant back when this event happened about the defendant wanting a bunch of money?
Like I said, sir, to be honest, I can't recall that specific conversation.
I'm not asking a specific conversation. I'm asking, did you have any conversation with the defendant who you described as your brother, a fellow ASAP, the person who you were his personal assistant? Did you have any conversation with him near the time of this event about what happened? The fact that Relly wanted money for it?
When you say the fact that Relly wanted money, like I said, I can't recall if we specifically spoke about that right around the time of the event.
When did you become aware that Relly wanted money?
I told you, I don't specifically recall, but I believe it may have been around when everything came out in the media.
And when you say everything coming out in the media,
When the defendant was arrested.
and that's going to be in 2022, is that correct?
In April, I believe, yes.
And you're telling me that before that time, as far as you can remember, you didn't have any conversation with the defendant about what Relly wanted from him. Is that correct?
Like I said, sir, I cannot specifically remember.
So I'm asking you, sir, as you sit here, to the best of your memory, did you have any conversation with the defendant about Relly wanting money from him between the time the incident happened and the time that it became public in April 2022?
And again, I said I cannot specifically remember if we spoke about it around the time of the event.
When you say you cannot specifically remember, what
I
do you
do not
remember?
recall. I recall him telling me about the event, how it happened on November 6th, the night. I can't remember him specifically saying Rel was trying to extort him for money.
So, I want to go back to your conversations with the defendants. You said that you first spoke to them in August 2024, is that correct?
Yes.
And that was for approximately 90 minutes, correct?
Yes, I would say so.
And that was in what city?
It was in New York.
And who was present during that conversation?
It was Joe, Chad, and Eleanor.
Eleanor?
Eleanor, yeah, sorry. Pardon.
And did they have an investigator there monitoring or recording the proceedings?
No, it was just them and me.
Did you see them taping anything?
They were not taking anything.
Did you see them taking any notes?
They were not taking any notes.
Do you have any idea how they were in any way memorializing or even remembering what it was you were telling them during this 90-minute interview?
Yes.
I'm asking the notes. What's that, Ron?
No, pardon. The question calls for yes or no. It's over.
I'm sorry, can you repeat it one more time?
You said they were not recording.
Yes.
You said they were not taking notes.
Correct.
You said there was no investigator that was there monitoring.
Correct.
So I'm asking you, are you aware, do you know how they were keeping track of what you were saying during the interview?
Yes.
Absolutely no. You didn't interview.
On that ground, and it seems that.
Right, so if they're not taking notes, how did they keep
You
a...
just justified they were not recording anything, and they were not taking any notes, correct?
That's correct.
So I'm not asking you to speculate, so I'm asking, do you know, are you aware of how they were documenting and keeping track of what you were
Right,
saying?
so how did they keep track of what he was saying? You didn't write anything down, you didn't take no notes, you didn't record anything?
If they were, yes, Your Honor.
I'm not aware.
You had a second interview with them when?
January 26th of this year.
January 26th, that would be approximately 6 days after this trial started. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, sure.
Have you seen, sir, the statement, the summary that they turned over of your total information that you provided them in this case? Have you seen it?
Yeah, you showed it to me this morning.
Would you agree, sir, that it is literally 9 bullet points?
Yes, that's what it appears to be.
You testified on direct examination to a number of incidents and issues already. You talked about the fact that the prop gun was modeled after Glock 26, is that correct?
That's correct.
Would you agree that what you said about the prop gun in your prior statement was as follows? Rocky carried a prop gun after being the victim of prior violence and home invasions, correct?
Objection, Your Honor.
What's the
Please,
line?
the evidence, not as far as statement.
Correct? This is what's been represented as your prior statement. Not just your prior statement. This has been represented as a summary of your prior statement turned over and discovered pursuant to PC 1054.40. Is, sir, it says that you said Rocky carried a prop gun after being the victim of prior violence and home invasions. Is that what you said?
Yeah, this is what the summary says.
Did you provide any more detail than that to them?
In August of 24, I honestly, I can't completely, if they ask me for more details, then I'm to give them more details.
Mr. Levin, are you telling me you can't remember your ask about Rocky carrying a prop gun, and you mentioned prior violence and home invasion, and you were saying you don't know if they asked you, hey, what prior violence, what home invasion? You don't remember that?
I don't want to misspeak, and like I said, I can't completely recall. This is 6-7 months ago.
Well, you just testified to information on direct examination. You would agree regarding home invasion and prior violence that is not in here. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, can you guys get another way? I apologize.
You just testified on direct examination. You were asked questions specifically about prior violence and home invasions, and you said, as an example, you saw video of a home invasion, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Can you tell me where in your statement you mentioned anything about a video of a home invasion?
Objection, Your Honor. It's not a statement.
Can I get a ground, John?
Not misleading. It's not a ground. Overruled. Fine. Misstates the evidence.
It's a question. It's not misstating anything.
Objection to overruled.
Can you tell me where you see any information, sir, about having viewed videos of a home invasion?
Objection to relevant. Overruled. Wait.
Relevant?
Sustained.
On what grounds?
It's not relevant what he sees on that piece of paper.
Did you tell them specifically about the information of viewing video of a home invasion?
Right, because that's a summary on that piece of paper, his summary. The witness's summary, so he might not have said everything pertaining to that particular topic. So it's just a summary.
I believe so, yes.
Summarizing what he said,
Did you, sir, ever mention anything to them in any of your interviews about going to a shooting range or trying to go to a shooting range? The incident you just discussed on the record, did you tell them about that?
About the shooting range?
Yes.
Yes.
I want you to take a look and tell me if you see any mention of a shooting range in your statement.
Objection. Irrelevant. I was talking to Alex.
The question, Your Honor, I've asked him, he testified on direct regarding the shooting range incident, not being able to go there, what happened, how he went to the house, how the 9mm magazine was read.
Right. What about that?
I'm asking him, he said, yes, I told them that information. I'm asking him, do you see that information?
Relevant statement. The objection to it's relevant what he sees on that piece of paper.
Did you definitively go through with them, sir, that incident.
The judge be helping him out a little bit, yeah. Said it's irrelevant what he sees on that
Did I go through it in detail? No.
paper.
What did you tell them about that incident? Was it just what you said on direct?
In other words, everything that he talked about to the defense attorney and, you know, ASAP Rocky's side, it might not be on that piece of paper. So it's just a summary of what he said. Not in other words, not an account of everything he said when he was interviewed. So that's what the judge is trying to say. It's irrelevant what he sees on that paper.
What I asked you, Tracy,